Greetings and happy Thrive and Shine Thursday, everyone. Really quick, I wanted to jump on to give you some updates. As you all know, recently I self published my very first book. Here it is. Do you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? 7 steps to shift you from hearing to earning success. So, you all, I must say that writing this book was a journey. Publishing it, getting it to the publishing stages was a journey. And releasing it has been a beautiful journey. So far, I've sold quite a few copies. So, first of all, thank you to everyone who has supported me in this journey, who has purchased a book, who have made donations, who has purchased it for someone else. I really just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, from the depths of my soul. I really appreciate all of the support. And of course, I want to encourage you, if you have not purchased your book, get your book, get your copy. And I'm not saying get your copy because I wrote it, but I'm saying that many of the principles in this book, many of the points in this book, many of the words in this book are just prolific, helpful, encouraging, and empowering. And once again, I'm not saying this because I wrote the book. When I was in the process of writing this book, in the midst of writing this book, I was in a point of my life where I was experiencing a major shift in my life. I was unemployed from a job that I had been employed with for 20 years. Started working there at the age of 20. At the age of 40, now my whole life has shifted, and I'm trying to figure out what's next at this age, because this is a job that I had always worked. Only thing I've ever known besides my teenage years, and my whole adult life, this is what I had done. So when the shift came, one, I was prepared. The Spirit had been dealing with me and letting me know. And I thought I was preparing. However, I was not fully prepared to experience and go through the experiences that I had gone through. And so in that process, there were so many things from the time I was a teenager up until even now that I knew in my heart, I knew in my spirit that I wanted to do, but I was afraid to step out. Fear had held me hostage for many years. And so when this shift came, though I was ready but not fully prepared, fear still had such a hold and grip on me that I was really hesitant to do a lot of the things that I've been wanting to do. And so the Lord had taken me through this process. And through this process, first of all, throughout the years, I would always write encouragements, poems. And my mom used to always tell me, Selena, you need to put your poems and your empowerment sayings in a book. This wasn't what she had in mind, but this is what the Lord had for me. And so I began to take the process that the Spirit was speaking to me and begin to write it down. And I began to notice that much of what, if not all of what was written, I was actually living through that process. And so I said that to say this isn't a book I wrote just to write. This is something that was given to me through the Spirit, in the Spirit, many days, many nights, just up writing, hearing what the Spirit was saying to me about how to accomplish the things that the Lord had showed me in visions for years, but I was too afraid. And so in writing this book, I did my research, of course, but a lot of it, you'll really tell when the Spirit was dealing with me heavily through certain aspects. Even as I go back and read it myself, yes, there's some things I'm kind of like, ooh, okay. But I can notice, I was like, yeah, the Spirit was talking to me right there. The Spirit was dealing with me right here. And honestly, I sit back and I'm like, damn, like, this is a good point. Like, girl, why, like, what, huh? And it's interesting because I'm now, for the people who did purchase it, I'm now starting to receive feedback. One young man who purchased the book, he came back to me on yesterday and he was just like, man, like, I really began to read your book. And he was telling me, like, it's good, to the point he's began to follow the steps that he's learned so far to accomplish some of the things he's wanted to accomplish, because he sat and just kind of did everything else but what he needed to do. So he came to me, he was just like, yo, due to your book, I took this step. So I just want to say thank you. And even with my 93-year-old auntie, yes, she's still reading. She came back and she was like, Selena, your book is really good. It's really encouraging. It's empowering. My 93 auntie, y'all, my kids have began to read the book. And my son is like, hey, like, it's good. Like, I'm really learning something. And so it does my heart well, because I'm not going to say I've never thought about it or dreamed about it, but it let me know that what I went through was not in vain. And so I want to say, if you have not purchased your book, this book right here, go onto my website, www.shiftin2power.com. That's www.shiftin2power.com. Order your book. I try and get them out within a week or so, because I'm doing everything myself, you all. So order your book. It's only $20. Like, we spend $20 just going out to eat. And this is something that once you digest, you will have with you forever. Like I said, many of the principles and the words in here, very empowering. So once again, if you have not gotten your book, get your book. Peace and blessings, everyone. Have a wonderful, thriving Thursday.